All right, hello. Welcome to the Simon Family's Kitchen. This is a very exciting time. This is actually our second time making matzah, only because the time 18 minutes ago didn't work quite right. So Judd is really excited to be doing this again. Are you excited to do it one more time? Yeah. So we're going to try one more time. Now, you see that we have a timer at the top of the screen for 18 minutes. The rule with matzah is there are 5 grains that are forbidden to eat on Passover unless they're in the form of matzah. Wheat, rye, oat, barley, and spelt, which means from the time water hits flour, you have how long, Eva?
20 minutes.
18 minutes is right.
Might have turned better.
You were close. We needed 20 minutes last time. Which is why we're trying again. But 18 minutes, it has to be out of the oven. And we actually did get something out of the oven, but it did not look like matzah. So we're trying again. And I'm going to...
Daddy?
Yes.
No cookies, remember.
Right, no cookies unless they're made with matzah meal. So Jed, you can run around for a minute if you want. Matzah meal is ground up matzah. So we are going to, in a second, we have a cup of flour and a third a cup of water. You want that 3-to-1 ratio. And we're going to start the timer as soon as water hits the flour. And then you're going to add the water slowly. We can go ahead. Let's do it. And boom. So what you'll see is really right now it is just flour, and Eva's adding the water slowly. And then really what we need to do as soon as we get it mixed up is go quickly to a hand knead. And we all washed our hands really well. Eva, how long did you wash your hands for? How many happy birthdays?
10.
10 happy birthdays? Awesome. So, 100 happy birthdays. So we're going to start kneading the dough. Jason is an expert at this by time number 2. And then what the recipe we saw recommended is that we're going to break it into 4 parts and then roll it as thin as we can. Now, we couldn't find our...
rolling pin.
Rolling pin is the word I'm looking for. We're at 17 minutes. That was only a minute. So fast. We couldn't find our rolling pins, so we have one Play-Doh rolling pin that we washed nice and well. And we also have a big, heavy water bottle. So we're going to see what we can do. That might be why it didn't work the last time, because we might not have gotten thin enough. But we're going to try to go even thinner. We need to be in the oven with about 5 minutes to go, and we're going to actually try for 6 minutes this time. The recipe says you only have to bake 2 minutes on each side, but we're going to try to bake a little bit longer. We have the oven, the baking pans in.
No.
You don't want them in the oven?
No. Has anyone ever made a pizza at home? You know, in the directions of a frozen pizza say, for a crispier crust, you put it on the rack.
So we're going to try, okay.
I'm going to put it on the rack.
We'll try it. We're going to try putting it right on the rack.
Who's going to clean it if it doesn't work?
So the recipe said to put the baking pans in the oven and get them hot, but we're trying something new. We're going to try it.
Okay.
All right, Jed, are you going to come help us poke holes when it's time?
Okay, excuse me, let me cut it so you can have your...
All right, so we have 4.
Roll it.
Either you want to start rolling and then I'll help you in a minute. So we only have 2 rollers.
Daddy, would you help me hold my wheel?
Hold on, Juddy. We have 15 minutes to go.
Okay.
Do you want to get up in your chair and join us? Okay. I'm going to pause while we roll, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we're back. You see we're at 11 minutes, 30 seconds, and we have 4 flattened out pieces. Now, Eva's upset that hers isn't square, right, Eva? But matzah does not have to be square. What we're going to do now is we're going to poke holes in our matzah, and you want the hole to go all the way through. So we need at least 26 holes in each matzah. Remember, matzah can't rise. That the Israelites, you don't need to watch this. The Israelites didn't have time for the bread to rise, but if you don't poke holes, you're going to end up with big bubbles like pizza dough, and we don't want that. So we're poking holes in each matzah sheet, and we're going to see what we end up with. Can I help you out, sweetie?
Sure.
Okay, you keep going. Keep going though.
I need help over here.
Over here?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then what you do is you flip it,
Well, that
and then
didn't
poke
have
holes
enough
on the
stuff.
other side also.
That one didn't have enough
And that way
stuff.
you're sure they go through.
But I went all the way from
So
there.
we're at 10 minutes. We're doing really great. They make matzah rollers that actually have the spikes in it. But if we didn't have a rolling pin, you know we didn't have a matzah spike roller. I think we are golden. We may have time to spare. Should we throw those in? You ready?
No, I still have a lot more dogs to poke.
Oh, Eva's going to poke a few more dots, but we're going to put these in the oven at 500 degrees. You also need to have something to cool ready to go, a place to cool. Let's see, I'm intrigued to see how she's going to do this.
You think it's gonna stick?
I don't know. Or it might do that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, well, luckily we have a little time.
Daddy, could you?
Let's try it. We're going to have a little floppy matzah.
Daddy,
but we'll
can
see
you
what
help
happens.
me?
Why not?
Okay. Can you please help me? Cause just what I did.
Oh, we
I
ended up
got
with
this
five.
like a hill. I don't know. And then here needs a lot of poke.
All right, I'm going to pause again, and we'll be back in a minute. So let's just you see what we did. We did get it to be kind of flat in there. And we're at 7 minutes, 20 seconds. So we're going to let this go for just about 2 minutes. Now,
Daddy,
Yes.
you know I didn't know
why don't you see a lot of people make their own matzah? Everything in our kitchen right now would technically need to be cleaned before this 18 minutes, because if you have flour and water that's mixed together for more than 18 minutes, then your whole kitchen would no longer be kosher for Passover. So we're not too worried about that. We're just seeing what we can do. But that's, again, why you wouldn't see many people do that often. So I'm going to pause again, and we'll come back when we're ready to flip. All right, so we are at 5.5 minutes. Let's take a look inside the oven.
Which is mine?
That
Cool.
top one right there.
Mommy, this one's very hot.
What?
And some slipping down like you.
All right, we are getting close to the 5-minute mark, which is going to be 2 minutes. I think we're probably going to go to about 2.5
But we
or
have
3
to
minutes
clean out
before
our
we
kitchen.
do our first flip. Matzah was actually easier to find this year than I thought. We're able to get a few boxes from the grocery store, but this is a great thing to do as you're getting ready for Passover, to really own the holiday and make a not so bad mess in your kitchen. This ended up not being as messy as I expected it to be. This is fun with kids, but this is also fun even if you're home without kids.
What is that?
Because why not? What else is there to do? All right, I think we're about to flip.
I have to get out of the kitchen since the
Yes, back up.
Yep, back up, back up.
Maybe we should just get in this chair.
All right, let's see.
Ooh.
Look at that, they're crisping up.
No, it's like it's not that one. No.
I'm still going to recommend baking pans if you're trying this at home, unless you're crazy like my amazing, wonderful wife. But you can play around with it and see what you want to do. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes. All right, so our timer is at 2 minutes, and I'm going to take back my suggestion that you use the baking pan, because while we were paused, I learned it wouldn't have worked if we used the baking pan. So as long as you are brave as Jason, you can try this out going right onto your oven rack. Let's see how it's looking. Very good. And I think when we get to 1 minute, we are going to
Take it out.
yeah, we're going to pull these out, and then we're going to let them cool for a little bit. We've got our cooling racks ready to go, and we'll see what we can do.
Yes, guess what?
All right, we're at 1:10.
Guess what we're gonna do? Taste it. Taste the matzah.
Oh, Eva's very excited to taste the matzah. All right, we're at 1 minute.
Peter poo.
Ooh, that one even got a little golden brown. Look at that matzah.
Cool.
That is
Hang on,
cool.
back up, back up, back up.
Oh, yep. Jen, you can go potty now. You have to go pee. I'm not.
And if you got to go potty during those 18 minutes, you can go do that too. Oh, you just got a shot of my feet. And 30 seconds to spare. We made it. Yay. All right, Eva, if you want to get in your chair,
Sorry.
we're going to be able to try it in just a second.
Oh, John. Oh, but first I have to go potty.
Oh, everyone's going potty. All right, I'm going to pause while we all go potty, and we'll be back when we take our first bite.
Try a square one.
All right, so we are back. Now, Jason wants to make sure you know that these are her matzahs, and mine didn't turn out quite as good. That still looks like dough. So, who wants to try it?
Hey, Jen has a bigger piece.
How's it taste?
It's matzah.
It tastes like matzah. Let's try.
Can I just take an even bigger piece, like Jen's piece?
All right.
Here, give your sister a piece of yours.
No. I want a
So-
bigger
You
one.
can have another one. Give it to your sister half.
Not only was this our first time making matzah, it was also my first time making an instructional cooking video. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Judd. Thank you, Eva. We hope you all have a Chag Sameach, a wonderful Passover at home with your families, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye-bye.